Hello, and welcome back to Oolykee Gaming, and welcome back to another episode of Workers and Resources Soviet Republic, and today we're gonna be focusing on education. Okay, if you didn't know what education, that would be my education. It has very little to do in-game education, but probably we're gonna touch on that as well. Okay, I have a surprise. Wait until the end of the episode, so we'll see about the surprise, but we're gonna be checking... who cares? We're gonna start new series. This is the last episode. Hey, surprise! Right. Well, hopefully, because I'm recording this at 10 a.m. Morning, Monday. So, the same day as you guys are watching it, depending on when you're watching it. And I will talk about what we learned from here, what I learned, what I would like to carry on from whatever I learned here. I don't think this game has something to teach you, and that's it. I think this game is quite fluid, especially with our... You know what we can do? We can enjoy. Let's try enjoying. Pause. This is cold. What's this? Mechanical components. There we go. This is what we need. Right, so how low this is? It's decent. Okay, so I wanted to focus on teachings, what I learned from the game, what I learned from 3 Division, what I'll be learned with these series. I think, was it C-Tom who mentioned that 7.5 months we... Yeah, let's not call it wasted. We played this game for... That's incredible. That's absolutely incredible. This is... And wow, there's a lot of traffic through this tunnel. Anyway, what I learned. I learned that... I reinforced my theory that form goes over function. That form has to go over function. And this is something that I'm going to bring to a new series as well. We will be... That truck barely fits in this tunnel. Okay. So, we're gonna be focusing on making nice things. I'm gonna focus on not making these angled tunnels so angled. So I'm gonna play, and these bumpy roads and this kind of stuff. I'm gonna try to focus on making things look nicer rather than how they look now. I'm gonna focus on order and discipline. I'm gonna focus on, I'm gonna focus on a lot of these kind of stuff. For example, I'm really not happy with some... Wow, highway. I don't think I took this highway ever. Right, I'm gonna focus on things making nicer, more efficient, cables going through the streets and this kind of stuff. I would like to avoid this in the future. We'll see how we're gonna cope with that, how everything is gonna look like later on. But this is something I don't think I can focus on this. I can't. Actually, you know what? Maybe I can. I'll give it another go. It's a little bit distracting. Maybe I shouldn't even watch it. I should leave you guys watch this. Right, it's really actually beautiful. Look at this. Yeah. So, I'm gonna focus on exports. I'm gonna focus more on income. I'm gonna focus more on making things last. Not making too many intermediate factories, production facilities, and this kind of stuff. I would like to focus more on, you know, when we make something, make it last, make it to be for a whole map. For example, like steel mills, small steel mills. I'm not sure how much they're actually worth. Focusing, having a bigger plan, bigger picture in mind most of the time. So, for example, what is our goal? For example, I will keep kind of goals or population to be around 50,000. We might go over that. That's of course changeable, and definitely. But it's something that... Wow, this is absolutely the worst thing I ever did. This road, and this is something. This road is not that. This road wasn't here before. I made this. I made it this way. I made it so bad. So in the future, I'm gonna try to avoid these things. Look at the trains, how much faster they are from the trucks. Trains, yes. Trains. Most of the time, trains will be backbones of our industry. At least I'm hoping for it to be. What else? Shipping, tourism, these things I found new enthusiasm for. Also helicopter construction offices. Kopti will be happy about this, but helicopter construction offices are quite quite a thing. I think even important thing I would like to say. Why is that? It's because it's not too much. Even for a country that we have now, like 50,000 people, it's not too much. I have no idea how am I supposed to put these electricity cables differently. Let's go and check this out. Probably, where are these electricity hoses here? Probably I should go underground. Yeah, I think we can make, and this is one of the places where helicopter construction offices will be helpful with creating these overground cables and this kind of stuff. Also, what are my biggest mistakes? I think this highway here was a mistake. It looks too smooth. It looks too straight. It doesn't look like it belongs here. I probably should have done a better job with this. Better planning for the future, like this railroad. We made this big, huge, enormous steel mill, and then we made this small one train parking for the whole freaking steel mill, which is unacceptable. So we are resolving this in other ways, but yeah, it's gonna take time. We can see that we have a couple of things that we need to fix here, so I will go and send a capital footpath here to fix it. Right, of course, messages in behind. So what I said about this game being fluid, sorry about this, guys, but I enjoyed the scenery too much, so I couldn't focus. What I wanted to say is farming. Farming, for example, this is something that I'm going to be focusing on in the future. New series will have its own challenges. I will not play the hard mode challenge, cosmonaut mode challenge, taikonaut mode challenge. I will play Oolykee challenge. That's going to be some rules, nothing spectacular, but it's gonna be some small rules just to make my gameplay more fun for me. I'm not trying to make anybody here, you know, stay and force somebody to watch something they don't want to watch. So the only thing I can do is to make myself happy, and that's gonna be kind of the goal of the new series. I will try to make myself happy, and this is why we chose the map what we chose, but we're not gonna talk about the series, right? New series right now. Right. What else can we say about this series? Let's go for Capital 1, and this doesn't require a lot of workers, so we're gonna go for Capital Bus straight away. What else can we say about this map? We started in Galask. Galask was Alpha and Omega, and it was challenging. I don't know if you guys played this map, but developing even to get close to the valley, or even something that resembles as a country or a region or capital cities and big cities and industry, we had to move away from the valley. Now, valley was rich. Valley here was rich, and we could have expanded Galask to much bigger size, focus more on the exports. I'm not saying that this is not going to be something that we're going to do in the future, because I think it would make our life a little bit easier. For example, if we focused on railroads earlier and started exporting stuff with railroads, or even, like, for example, think about this production here. We could have grown Galask to this size industries, and focused on exports. A city of 5 to 10,000 people can power all these industries, and this would bring us enormous amount of money and income. I will keep some things. I learned a lot from this, and this is something that all the new players, including you experienced players, should consider. This is an eternal resource. So food, crops. What you're gonna make from crops, that's up to you. You can try to focus on like chemistry and something. You're gonna need oil for that, but you have other mods that can, you know, create chemistry out of crops and gravel and forests, which you have more or less everywhere. Food and meat is basics of your country. Your people will need that meat to be happy, food to survive, and focusing on that, it's something that I probably will do in the future as well. We will try to do a little bit more heavier industry and more potentially to develop country more. This is why I chose also a little bit more, less challenging map geographically wise. So we will have free hands to actually implement this form over function strategy mindset, Oolykee mindset, form over function, to make something look nice rather than to be useful. Of course, it has to be useful. Why not both? Well, we'll see how that's gonna go. So, building small, like small power plants and this kind of stuff, I'm not really sure if that's something. It doesn't seem. It's not me. Other things that are challenging that people suggested, I will not. I will probably slow down on some things. For example, making vehicles go for no reason around, travel around without. I will let them unload before they move on more often. More often, why? Because, for example, shops here. This is a shop truck. This is a shop truck. This is not delivery truck. If we have a delivery truck like meat or electronics or maybe even clothing, they will go around at multiple stops. But food is something that every shop needs, and I will focus on them staying there. You know, we will have enough vehicles roaming around without food trucks, for example, or coal trucks, without them actually going around and driving and wasting fuel. So I'm gonna focus on that. And also trains. Trains might be the same thing, delivering. Like I will wait until unloaded. Building bigger power plants will be a thing. Initially, maybe not, because new map that we have, it's gonna be quite challenging. Initial setup wise, but we're not going to talk about that. I'm not going to talk about the new map. I want to talk about learnings. Small railroad infrastructure concerning the this looks beautiful, concerning the crop distribution. I believe this is also something that I should plan in the future. So, for example, these silos we should have, if we have these big fields and plentiful harvests, I think we should have a railroad infrastructure that's going to be delivering these crops from the fields to processing plants rather than trucks. I think this is one of those things that you know, we just need rail for. I can plan to set it up as a one rail, one train to visit all these farms. I don't have any problems in doing that. Like I said, I have my mind has been opened a little bit regarding railroad construction as well. We talked about this in previous episodes. For example, if I need a railroad constructed, I just need to set up a railroad construction office. I don't have to connect it to the main line. It's good to connect it to the main line, but we don't have to connect it to the main line. We can have separate trains. We can connect it if we want to import trains from the main line, if we're gonna construct our own trains. Also, I won't be there's workarounds. I won't be too strict on some things. For example, I don't have to connect this main railroad line to the public transport system in order to have everything delivered here. Like trucks, I can deliver it close by, sell it and buy it here just to simulate that we actually transported it. Unfortunately, this game has bases in reality. It has a lot of bases in reality, so there's a lot of realistic stuff that happens here, but there's also a lot of unrealistic stuff. For example, there's no, as far as I understand, let's say city of Prague, it doesn't have tram system connected to the main railroad system in order to transport trams there. Probably factories somewhere around the Prague that builds those trams, but you would have specialized vehicles that would transfer them on these lines. So this is some of these things I will not take to heart. I'm flexible. I can change my mind, but this is my learnings for now, and this is what we're going to talk about now, about learnings. Okay, so for example, one of the ideal cities we have, Murmansk, multiple different public transport systems are definitely something that I would like to do in the future. Potentially not reliant on the same thing like electricity here. Especially trolley buses. Trolley buses are... I don't know what to say about them. I'm a big fan of electricity. I'm actually an electrical engineer. Initially was not working that. I'm not working in that branch, but I am electrical engineer, and I do appreciate electricity a lot. I love trolley buses. I don't drive in them. I don't I don't take them because where I used to live and where I live, there's no trolley buses. But I think this is a perfect crossover between the trams that are, let's face it, non-existent in this game. This is, period. This is something that I stand firmly. These trams are a joke. These trams are a joke. We don't have tram infrastructure in this game. This is a train infrastructure, and we have trams on the rails, and that's it. We need separate rails. We need trams to be able to go on the roads. We need this rather than having it like this. We need something like skylines. We need roads with rails. We need rails off the road, and to be able to put them in sharper turns, because this is what trams are. Okay, tram system. So trolley buses are a problem here. First of all, the problem is this electricity. The whole pathfinding system of the game makes them. If there's an issue, we might have a lot of issues with the trolley buses, with public transport, with transport in general. So I'm thinking relying a little bit more on buses. Potentially, no, not potentially. Trains are gonna be important in the future of my games. It's going to be really important, and I stand firmly by that trains are in real life and in the game here the most important transport for anything. Steel production is something that I underappreciated. There's no such a thing as a small is a too big steel mill. No, there's no such a thing. You need to build big. You need to build big. You need a lot of it. Let's see what's happening here. Okay, this is being finished. Steel is something that is going to be really important in the future for me. Coal, iron. Yes, we can import stuff. We don't have to have all of it our own. Yes, some kind of resource independence is really important for your country, and this is some kind of unwritten goal of this game, to have some kind of independence from outside the world. Unfortunately, real life doesn't work like that, and there's no single country that is self-sufficient fully. Even big countries like Russian Federation still has to import stuff, technology, and it still has to import stuff. I mean, it doesn't have to, but unfortunately the world, well, I don't know if it's fortunately, unfortunately, I think we should all cooperate in the world, but even the Russian Federation imports crap. Right, so what do I think about plastics, chemicals, and this kind of stuff? Also, I think what we did here is a little bit of an overkill, because I understand we didn't fully develop the country, we didn't start fully producing our clothing and the rest of the stuff. So plastics is something that you never ever export, because it's well, actually, until they change the prices. But plastics are too expensive to make in order for it to be exported. For example, I think most of you already know, but you can see how many chemicals goes into plastic. Only chemicals, I think, goes more than what the price of plastics is for the exports. So I think you can take my word for it. Plastics 20,000 and it goes half a ton, and this is 25,000. Well, this doesn't really show you, but you need 13,000 of plastics in this factory, 13,000 rubles of plastics, and let's say oil is, you can see you need 90 tons of oil, which would be 90,000 rubles for 20 tons of plastic. That would be 5 times more, five of these. So that's already close to the price of plastic. And then electricity. Am I stupid here? Maybe I am. Did they change something about plastics? Because this plastic potentially could be profitable. That's interesting. Maybe they changed something. Plastic, but no, don't export plastics. 18 a.m. if you're watching this. No, just no. Plastics, this might be overkill. This is something I might experiment in the future. Building smaller plastics factories and see how that goes. Clothing, this is something that should be implemented in the beginning, and I waited almost until the end. Well, chemicals were the biggest problem for us. Coffee time. Right, so clothing is a really good source of income because clothing is, let's see what clothing is here. We have 30 ton of clothing. We are producing it, but in the game here, bear in mind that we're missing a lot of crops here, but that's a different pair of shoes. I won't address this at the moment. What we can do, well, I don't think I want to do too much construction. Well, we can play around and check out what's happening around the country. Happiness of people, I said this, and I think I'm a good person. Who doesn't think that about themselves? Copti footpath. I'm a good person, and I really think that I really want to treat our people well, and happiness is not only like for them not to escape and die, but I actually care about people of my country, you know, like it always was like that, and I will go an extra mile to make them happy. I might be reasonable about some things, for example, electronics not being needed from the beginning, so this is something that I might reconsider. Selling electronics from the beginning. I think we did sell it here from the beginning. Did we? I think we did. And I think I might wait for us to develop propaganda machine and this kind of stuff. And this secret police, we still didn't effectively use this. I don't know how to use a government loyalty thing. I know that we have how many people are loyal. What's the situation with any of the buildings we have? 78%. What does secret police do? I mean, this is something I don't understand. I mean, like, of course I do understand. They install cameras in apartments. Yes, I'm not far from the truth. I mean, like, yes, they do. But you have general government loyalty, and I think it might be enough. I might be wrong here, but it might be enough. But anyway, people happiness, yes, I will definitely focus more on that. I think this is really, really important for us, for me. So I will continue doing the voodoo that I do so well. Okay, what else? Oil imports. Okay, this is an important subject, and I don't know what to think about this. I think when I came, I don't think I invented anything, but when I was exploring this idea of import-based economy, I made a video about that. You can see on my channel in tutorials video import-based economy, where you can import stuff, process it, and then export it back. The perfect example would be oil, and probably one of the most profitable ones. I stand by that. I think we can do this in the future. I don't know if I will. I don't know if I will export stuff. We might build factories that are based on import-based economies in order to supply domestic market with finished products, like let's say steel mills, if we don't have enough iron, but not for export. This is some kind of limit that I might implement, might not. We'll see how it goes. But I'm not too enthusiastic, you know, to succeed too fast. I mean, like, I don't. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't see the point of us having infinite money. It's not hard to earn money here. It's not hard. It's quite easy. This game is really, really easy. You just build yourself. There are videos online that you can just sell crude oil without having a single worker. Some of them might burn down, but it doesn't matter. If you're doing something like that, you obviously don't care about, let's say, quote-unquote realism. So you can just put a pumping station, trucks, import a little bit of fuel and export crude oil and make millions. It's not a problem. If anything burns down, you just rebuild it, pay for it to be built, and that's it. So making money in this game is not a problem. Making this game fun for yourself, define fun however you want, and this is the most important thing that you need to do, is have fun while playing this game. And this is what I say always about it, this channel, our channel, this channel that you guys watch is it's for me. I'm having fun here, and this is the only thing that is important for me. And whatever else happens, if you're not enjoying these videos, this would be painful for me for you to waste your time on this. So if you have suggestions for this channel, I'm always open to listening to any suggestions. So just hit the comment section. But if you're not enjoying this, just please, like, with all due respect, just leave. Don't waste your time with me and on this channel if you're not having fun. So yeah, I think this series lasted for too long. I think I implemented some things too slow. We developed too slow, and I continued trying to develop even more, and we still didn't hit the end what I wanted to do. For example, we hit a roadblock with power production, actually power infrastructure, which I tried to resolve in several different ways, underwater cables and bypasses, and then we hit the roadblock with food production as well. Food production was limited. That was a problem. We had to expand food production, and this is a big undertaking. One of the challenges also that we had here is that we implement ourselves, that we wanted new city for every product, you know, to be specialized cities. I don't think I will be so much focused on this in the future. I will have, because on the map that we're going to be playing, we're going to have a little bit more space. So what I would like to do is have free hands in having single city having several industrial zones, and Koptigrad is one of the perfect examples here. And I would I would build a third industrial zone easily around here for something, doesn't really matter, whatever we need it for, maybe food production even. We don't have a rail infrastructure for that, and we need rail infrastructure for that. Okay, right, that was a short break. Right, so multiple industrial zones in a single city, it's something that I think I'm going to be doing in the future, because cities are valuable. Well, the real estate here is actually valuable, where we can build cities. I know that people said that there's valleys that we can explore and build cities. Actually, I did so. I don't think it's so easy. Even, for example, if you see a new city that we were trying to build here, this looks on a map like a decent place to build a city. It's not actually. It's hard. City needs stuff, and this is also something that I didn't even realize in this game until I started the new map. Well, until I started playing around with the new map, is what actually your citizens need. This is how limited I am. That you know, basic stuff. I learned everything that they need, and some of the stuff, for example, hospitals, schools, it should be kind of centrally located. School, maybe not, because if you have a 10,000 people city, you might need more than one school for this. But let's say hospital, yeah, you're gonna need multiple hospitals. University can be connected with bus lines, but shops as well. Is there a single stuff that you can actually have in a city? Let's say 10,000 people city. Is there a single thing that you can have that is gonna make everybody happy? I don't think there is. Like, maybe hospital. Okay, now here we have a hospital. Looks like most of the people can walk there. But what about this? What's happening with this? People are not complaining. Like, what about people who are outside of the yeah, look at this. This is crap. You see this? This is crap. This is not... I think this is mod, not a game. Actually, I don't know. These vehicles waiting for one to enter. I think this is due to mod, and I think it should be changed. I'll remember this. We'll see this in the... Actually, you know what? We have other hospitals. We can check this. We have a hospital in Murmansk. Do we? This is a hospital in Murmansk. Let's see how they cope with this. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like we have a lot of traffic here. Anyway, what I wanted to say is hospital might be the only thing that needs to be kind of centrally located. Bus station. There we go. Another one is a station. Bus station, train station, whatever you think it's important. That could be one. Monuments, parks. This is something that I want to invest more time and effort in. I would like to build those. I would like to make city look nice, like Murmansk over here. Squares and this concrete, I don't think it looks nice. I don't think this looks nice. I think even barren grass looks nicer than this. I don't know, personal opinion. We have a couple of those squares. This is Armenia Square. I think we called this Armenia Square. Let's build this one real quickly. Let's build this one real quickly. There we go. Right. Do I need people for this? They can have outside people finishing this. That's fine. Okay. What else? What else did I learn? I learned I fell in love with more modders like Vicom, Robs. Well, Robs was always classic. Bremer, Chris has unique. I don't want to toot his horn, but I just wanted to say that Chris has unique style that I really appreciate. I was like, okay. He's the guy who makes Soviet monuments, which is perfect, but has residential areas that they don't fit Soviet style, but yet fit socialist style of housing. For example, Plattenbaus and what's it called, the Weiberg buildings and this kind of stuff. It's absolutely interesting. You can have some kind of Eastern German style that it's not kind of Soviet style, but it's quite modern style, and I really love it. So it's like this is something that I'm going to use more in the videos. So Chris or Bremerd, I think his nick is Bremerd in the workshop. He has unique style, and I really appreciate that. Right, what else did we learn? Helicopters, fire department helicopters. Yes, definitely, yes. This is Statz's idea, and, well, not idea, sorry. That's something that he shared with us, and I really appreciate it. 2 helicopters every so often, big cities and this kind of stuff should be enough for any intervention that we need. So I think we're gonna have fire department helicopters, not every city, but here and there. Helicopters for hospitals, I think they're useless. I think they're next to useless, and I don't know how many of those I'm gonna be making. They're just flying cars that take them way too long to get somewhere. I think we have normal ambulances are faster than helicopters to go to intervene somewhere. Huge helicopter construction offices, that's out of the question. I'm definitely not gonna do that. Helicopters, at least for me, should be treated as rarity, and I will treat them. So this kind of even vanilla construction office, it doesn't have to be vanilla, it can be modded once, but 2 helicopters, I don't think I was gonna go more than that. Third one, maybe, I don't know, but for now, I think this is okay. Gas stations is something that I so underappreciated. Like, this map here is based on railroads, and it sucks. It sucks because I underappreciated how much infrastructure you need for railroads and how much effort it takes to make proper functioning railroad, because mine is not. So these intersections and this kind of stuff, it has to be different. So it has to be more. We'll talk about this later or in the next episodes, but not now. Doesn't matter how little you are trying to avoid using trucks, you will need a lot of them. I'm gonna need a lot of them, and this is something I didn't realize before. I didn't realize how much, even if you're having a public transport system that is railroad and trams and all that stuff, you still need enormous amounts of petrol stations, like 3 per city at least. Even in the city center, you're gonna need them. For example, for food deliveries and this kind of stuff, those trucks you will always have to use trucks for that. It would be interesting. I think I played with the idea to use trains to deliver food to the shops. I played with the idea, but I think that's impossible. I wanted to implement like train-based society without roads. I mean, obviously you have to have roads for ambulances and whatnot. Fire departments, well, technically you do, but not really, because ambulances go on the footpaths and go into the houses. But anyway, this is something that I tried, but I think it's impossible. You can have trains delivering food. You can, but it's far too complex and not really that useful, because your people don't eat the food that you give them. Like, for example, here we had the truck wait for a long time in order to be emptied. Right, these neighborhoods here, something like this, I don't know. It's not too efficient. I don't know if I should do something about this. Maybe yes. What is this? This culture site? Picnic spot. It's for tourists, domestic people too as well. Price level, let's go down. There we go. Price level, it's free. Everything is free in our socialist country. Coal mining. This is also something that is tricky. I don't know. Yes, of course, yes, but should I pay so much attention to this in the beginning? Should we start importing our own enormous amounts of coal with trains, with trucks, and this kind of stuff? Yes, also. We don't have to mine our own coal. You can build a society that is built on technology. You know, mine your own oil, but let's say for chemical production or clothing. You know, later on clothing production and this kind of stuff. Upgrades never end. Never end. Construction offices, this is also what I learned. Previously, I thought when you develop an area, you developed an area. You never develop an area. There's no such thing as developing the area. The development never stops. The perfect example is here, Galask, for example. We have a decent infrastructure here. It's quite good. I wanted to create redundancy with this new transformer station for electricity. And eventually, if we continue playing this, sometimes in the future, Alaska series, we will create redundancy, make city nice again, this kind of stuff, all this good stuff. It never ends. You will always find something that you can do that you want to change your mind about, like for example forestry or expanding farms or asphalting roads or creating upgrading your construction offices and this kind of stuff. So this stuff never ends. So having a construction office, maybe even eventually, one for all, like one construction office that covers everything, it's not a bad idea, but it doesn't really matter because upgrades never end. For example, look at these asphalt roads. We built freaking perfect asphalt roads going absolutely nowhere. I mean, they went somewhere. They went to factories that are gone. And I think old Gala is crying now for us demolishing the old industries because he's a big fan of old industries. I understand as well. Personal thing, urban explorers. We went for a hike a couple of days ago and we ended up in some abandoned neighborhood with houses being abandoned, and I like that. I want to know why something was abandoned. Why? Because it was in a perfect working state. I mean, this is a political. We can talk about political stuff as well. I think some of you did enjoy previously that, but let's do it. I watched some YouTube video about Sheffield, I think in UK. That it was, I think Sheffield, was it a steel producing city and the steel mills closed and this kind of stuff? Why do you close steel mills? I know, because profit. This is the problem, because money. Somewhere else it's cheaper to produce steel. Steel is the basic. Steel is like nuclear energy in my eyes. Steel is the basics of future society, period. You cannot overproduce steel. Like I said, in real life, this is real life and politics. Why does it happen? The modern society works like, here's another example. Rust Belt, car production facilities in Detroit, destroyed. Why? Because we produce cars cheaper elsewhere. Sure, but what about the people? Nobody thinks about the people. American economy grew several times since good old days when the old Detroit was the biggest car manufacturing center in the world. It grew several times. But what about the people? What about workers? Is it really necessary to ship those production facilities across the world? And then, you have monopoly on your production somewhere else. It could be somewhere else in the same country, but I think these jobs and old industries should be upgraded and preserved. If the steel mill is not productive, invest in it so it is more productive. If it's too expensive workforce, there's no such a thing as expensive workforce. It's your people, it's people's lives. They need jobs, they are educated for this, and they should continue working. Those chimneys shouldn't stop smoking. Of course, you should be using, I even watched a documentary about green steel. You should see that. Green steel is a new thing from Sweden that is not using coke. No. Is it using? I think it's using coke for carbonizing steel, but it doesn't use it for heating the steel up. It's heated to much lower temperature when it's produced, and I think Volvo and Mercedes now are gonna start using green steel from Sweden in their cars, which is, for example, there we go, upgrade. I wouldn't live on these chimneys. Let's face it, I wouldn't live close to these chimneys because like I said, let's face it, this smoke is not something that you should be directly inhaling. So yeah, like, ask people of Bełchatów of Poland, where is the biggest coal power plant in the world. I think they have lower shorter lifespan compared to other people. And there's also similar cities in Croatia, like city of Sisak, Sisak, Google that. It had steel mill and refinery, and it had like 4 or 25, I don't know, it was 4 or 25 times more like cancer cases and this kind of stuff. So yeah, obviously dirty industry, all understandable. Good, why is it not smoking? But let's face it, some of these, well, a lot of industries are actually polluting, so upgrading it to be cleaner, that's definitely a good thing. Electric arc furnaces, I love it. I love this one. I believe this is Topos made this one. Is it? Was it? Yeah, I think it was. Doesn't matter. But this is something that I'm considering using in the future as well. Electric arc furnace. It does use a lot of electricity. I know this electricity comes from coal, and this is eternal question. Hey, why do we switch to electric cars? Because if the electricity still comes from coal power plants or oil power plants, well, they have concentrated pollution elsewhere, not in your backyard, not in NIMBY, not in my backyard. So if you have electric cars or this is concentrated there, like with steel mills, actually, you know what, even if you use coal instead of this, it doesn't really matter. I think with steel mill, I think this is better, especially if you have, well, I will have different energy sources. For example, there's no steel mill that makes steel out of oil. Well, technically there is, especially when Novo makes mods, but I think that electric furnace steel mills are, well, at least they should be present, and in the future green steel or whatever. But in the future, I think I will be making more of these. Hopefully I will develop nuclear energy as well. And this is something that we didn't talk about, but I will. Is also importing uranium ore, importing maybe uranium hexafluoride even, and then just having enrichment facilities to enrich it to nuclear fuel, because we cannot import nuclear fuel for our power plants. You can directly in the factories, in the nuclear power plants, but I don't think I'm gonna be doing this. I like the challenge I have with having everything delivered directly. We can just purchase this. Let's do this. Let's see how this is gonna work. Purchase this, and then again move it away, and that's it. Let's see what's happening. Okay, there's no people working here. We need people to work here. Doesn't matter. It's easy. It's not a problem. I would love to invest more in nuclear industries, especially in nuclear reprocessing plants. This is where we're gonna need a lot of chemicals, and this is why big chemical industries are here. Now, chemistry is fine. Plastics is something probably I would like to scale down in the future. Right. Oh, even the tunnel here is done. That's beautiful. Right. What else I wanted to say? I wanted to say coffee time. Did I want to do something here? I don't know. we'll never finish this map. I don't think you even never finish any of it. Maybe you do. I'm like assuming a lot here. But I want to say that if I play this, I can play this for 1,000 episodes and it's not going to be finished. It's always going to be expand this, export that, produce that, buy all blueprints, produce every single ship, sell old ships, build new ones. It's always going to be something. Yeah, you just have to call it quits at one point. I think they improved graphics with the water, but it's still kind of... You can see pattern on the water, you know, how it's moving. It should be a little bit more random. Yeah, this is not the most important thing in the world. Regarding this map, I think it's beautiful. I think it's amazing. I think I overstretched in the way that I expected. I set some goals that are unachievable. I think 50,000 people in 10 years or 20 years might be a little bit more trickier. It's difficult. I think it's difficult. I should have started with the cities with multiple industrial areas straight away. I think that would be a much better choice than doing it this way. I shouldn't have extended so much. I think I should have built like another industrial zone around Murmansk. Potentially increase the population, not necessarily, but if you have something that works perfectly like Murmansk, you should build on that. Why is there food missing? Really? We're missing food. That's fine. It's a challenge that we're gonna have to overcome in the future. Trains are moving. Are bringing food? There you go. Food. Food is not coming. Not with this one, at least. Right, so there's a lot of challenges that we need to that I set up for myself, and of course fail. I'm not perfect, and also it's not like I didn't try. Yeah, I listened to a lot of advices. Some of them sucked. I'm looking at you, Stats. With this, I hate this. This is the worst thing I ever made. In order for bridges to have, of course I'm kidding. In order for bridges to have lights, you have to put these trolley lines here. Why the hell are there no trolley lines when there's a railroad beneath them? The poles here, pillars. That's weird. Yeah, I learned a lot. I learned a lot from you guys, especially Stats. You have amazing advices, and thank you for this. And hopefully, I will carry them in the future as well. So feel free to share. I really appreciate everybody's advice about the game. And one thing I will probably make clear in the future, well, I do even now. It's still I will make a final choice about stuff, you know, that is done, you know. And sometimes I need to fail, you know. I need to fail in order to learn. I mean, I heard. The best you can learn on other people's advices. I don't think that's always the case. That's always true. You can't always learn on other people's mistakes. You need to learn on your own mistakes as well. Something to prove yourself. For example, I'm a stubborn guy. I think that sometimes I know better, which is not always the case. Really? What? Okay, 140 people are waiting. Why aren't they being transported? That's strange. Well, let's monitor this. I actually wanted to enjoy... Oh, we should definitely do a tour of Babushkina. We should definitely do that. Let's see. Control G. Tour of Babushkino. Wow, this looks like a Soviet city. Definitely. This is something I'm going to improve in the future. Anyway, yeah, it's I'm going to be like it's my call. Just wanted to say that. I appreciate any advice that I'm given from other people. Why is there not a lot of people there? There's a lot of people here. Ah, religious. Ah, yeah. Ah, damn it. Yeah, so many religious people, really? Let's pause this. Food. Oh, food, yeah, oh, we're gonna have a big issue with the food. That's fine, that's fine. Did we catch up? Yeah, we caught up with the apartments. And you can see how many apartments we have on the map. 57,825 people, minus 1,524. That's actually quite easy to calculate for a normal person, probably more so than me. That would be 56,000... 56,301. 56,301 apartment on the map. You can see here we have 1,524 people without their own flat, which is fine, especially with the Hunger Games start again, which it looks like it will. Yeah, this is how many people. This is how many people we have. Education, yes. This whole thing is educational video about what I learned from you guys, from everybody here. Is one of the thing is overeducated workers. There's no such a thing in the game. Unfortunately, I think it should be, or there should be something regarding education, because what's wrong with food? Do we have food? No, we don't. What are we missing? We're missing crops, right? And do we have crops here? Yeah, 16 tons of it. What about other silos? No, no crops, no food. We need to wait for harvest, unfortunately. Sorry, guys. Sorry. No, I'm not gonna address this now. No, definitely not. It's the only thing we can do now is import crops from the border, and that's not too hard. Yeah, I can even do it with a train. It's kind of... I think it's straightforward, especially if we have a train, which we don't. We have this train delivering some crops, which is not going to be enough. Why am I resolving this? I just said I don't want to resolve it. Damn it. Why do I do this to myself? Right, we were delivering crops there. Anyway, I'm not gonna resolve it. No. Out of the question. I'm not resolving anything now. I'm just enjoying myself, enjoying the nature, enjoying the what we did. I never built a castle here. We definitely have to come back. We said we were supposed to build a castle here of old Viking conquest of Alaska. Huh, there's a story to be had, huh, Mr. Moore, what do you think about that? That would be an interesting story to tell, that they found longboats on the coasts of Alaska. 3,000 years old. There you go. A story book. Will somebody write a book? Right, eternal flame here is burning. What does it say here? I can't read it. I don't see exactly. Can we? No. It's in Cyrillic. I can recognize some letters, but I can't really. Is it in Cyrillic? Actually, it looks more like Armenian. I don't know, or Georgian. Armenian, I think. It doesn't matter, I don't know who made this Eternal Flame. Sorry about that. Right. Shipyards. Yes, shipyards. I'm really, really proud of shipyards, but some of the ships, Jesus, they take a long time to build. That's quite challenging. Happiness falling slowly. Oh, should I resolve this? Maybe I should. Let's do this. Let's resolve this food issue. That shouldn't be too much of a problem. Yeah, that's what you said before. If we go to... This one is going there. Let's... after your defenders, you need to go to somewhere where you can turn around. That would be... That would be here. And then you have to go to the border crossing. And then you have to go again here. Yeah, this is again here, and that's it. And it just remove this one. There you go. Issue resolved. Yeah, unload here and on the border crossing. This is large customs house. Load crops, and there you go. So we'll see if the train is gonna do what we want it to do. What else did I learn? Buffers between the industries, this distribution offices. Let's check this, because I always was surprised. I mean, like, they do create pollution in real life. I don't know how much pollution they create here. Where is the pollution monitoring station? Where is the pollution monitoring station when you need one? I don't know. Here we go. We have one here. Pollution, it's really hard to see this way. Oh, it's all green. It's all green. Nothing creates pollution anymore around here. Yeah, probably we should demolish whole lot of this and just plant a forest. maybe we'll see. Maybe in the future we're gonna do this. Maybe I'm gonna do it without a video. Or maybe I should make a video of destroying the whole country of Alaska. No, of course not. Shlivovica production, Mr. Moore helped a lot with this, with the ideas, how to implement this, what to do. Thank you for this. This was amazing. Stats with the idea of the vineyards and teaching me how to hack, not hack, just change the productivity of the fields. I think this is amazing. Also, Old Gala taught me how to mod in the trees, actually, to use cheat, how to equally space out trees and place them where they cannot be placed and this kind of stuff. It's absolutely amazing. Thank you guys for everything. Upgrades. I think I neglected a lot of upgrades. For example, here you can see these short roads. Probably now it's harvest time almost. I'm not gonna do it. Oh, it's not almost. It's actually starting. Harvest time started. The fields which we start sowing on first. This is also a genius idea that I never knew this, because if you are seeding the small field, and then you if you're seeding the small field and then you are seeding the small field and then you are seeding the big ones after that, this small field will be seeded fast, so you will have your harvest start quite early. So having medium-sized field mixed with big ones is also an important thing to have. So I will cover that, because we will have farming. I think I will always have farming. I have my family never owned land. I never had a farm. We have a weekend home with a small-ish, medium-sized, small orchard. Like, I don't know, 30, 40 trees, different ones. It's not an orchard, it's just a mixture of trees. Pears, apples and stuff, even grapes and stuff like that. It's just, this is the closest thing to agriculture I had. Which is fine, what can I say, but I always had the positive opinion about agriculture, and I always wanted to do it. And even in this game and in the next map as well, I think we're gonna build on these basics. First of all, because it's in this game it's eternal resource, the crop is, so it's you can always have it. You just have to wait for it. I mean, like, you need a starting investment, but other than that, you can just have it. I'm just gonna real quickly check if the signalization is right over here. It looks like it is, that he's gonna be able to switch sides here to go in the proper side. Yeah, train. This one, carrying crops. What is this one? This guy is exporting cement. And this is something also that I'm not sure. Oh, I learned how to do this better. You see how this looks like? This is like crap. I actually know how to do it better. I'm gonna show you. Let's see if the train is gonna... Yeah, the train switched sides, so he's gonna go to the border. Wow, there's a lot of... Oh, okay, this one is delivering here. That's fine as well. Right, what I wanted to say, what else did I want to say? To show you how I actually learned to do better these railroads. I'm almost as good as Mr. Toprus. Here we go. This is, I think this is a little bit better. And what's the best one? The best one is this new steel one. Actually, no, that's not the best one. Even though that was made later, I think. Anyway, no. I'm not gonna go and search for the railroad parking spaces. Okay, how are we doing? Oh, look at this. This is almost done. That's really nice. It's still assigned to construction office. This is almost done. They're working on this. I'm really happy to see that. Are you blocking any traffic? A little bit, not too much. They're managed. Much. What is this now? I mean, like, all of this is functioning. It's working. It's not a problem. It's just that it's too slow. That's the only problem with these, and I will try to do better job with this. I will do better job with this, and also I'm still invested fully in finding the perfect way to construct your railroad while it's being used. I didn't give up on that. Okay, that's it. I think I said my piece. I don't know if anything else is left to say. It was a journey. I don't think I'm gonna be doing these journeys this long. We'll see. I mean, like, I enjoyed. This is the most important thing to say. I did enjoy this. I enjoyed these series, but I know many of you didn't. It's just how it is, and this is how the cookie crumbles. But yeah. There's not much to say about this. Probably this channel would grow much faster if I didn't do this long series, and probably if I was better at doing stuff rather than this. But yeah, should I cut this one short? I don't know if Marcus is watching still. He made fun of short videos when I made it shorter. You know what? Yeah, for fun's sake, let's just say, guys, thank you for watching. This is the last episode of Alaska series. Never say never, because we might continue sometimes in the future. Thank you for following me on this journey. Thank you for educating me. I learned a lot. I think I learned more from you guys than you did from me. We shared a lot of knowledge. Whatever you taught me, even though it was hard, I tried to spread out to other people as well through these videos. So, what to say? New journey awaits. Guys, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, press the like button. If you didn't, leave a nasty comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, notification bell, ring it, comment section, hit it. And if you want to support the channel, I have description of the video. See you on the next one. Bye bye.